Good morning from the Dewar Centre here in Perth for the Co-op Funeralcare Scottish International Open 2017. Let's bring on the players. The Co-op Funeralcare Tour Card winner from Torquay, England, Danny Denison.
You're unbelievable.
Former Scottish International Open champion, former world champion, world ranked number 2, Nick Brett.
I'll hand you over to commentary with Janice Gower.
Thank you very much, Tom, and welcome everybody to this morning's game at the Co-op Funeralcare Scottish International Open 2017 from live and active at the Dewar Centre here in Perth. And I think we've got some cracking games on the cards for you folks today, and starting up with this one, Danny Denison beat Jason Greenslade in round 1 in quite convincing form.
Track length 27.5
and of course, he's
meters.
facing the world number 2, former world champion, Nick Brett. Hopefully you can stay with us on the stream, and do let us know today. We're making a few notes on whereabouts you are in the world that's listening in. I'm sure a few people are in nice sunny spots. We've got a little bit of a cold morning here in Perth. It was de-ice the car day today. So let us know where you're watching us from, and do enjoy the game ahead. So I think we're in for a cracking game this morning. And Danny's had to change colour. In the first game he was actually green, and Nicky had to change colour because in his first game he beat Alison Merry and MBE from the Channel Islands, the Lincoln qualifier, and he was in red. So both players here have had to change colour. Players get plenty of opportunity to practice with the different coloured bowls. Danny looks on a very good track here.
1 green.
Both out there playing with Henselites. For those viewers at home that like to know what players are playing with, I believe Danny's out there with the Henselite Tiger. Nicky Brett's been trying the new bowl, the Henselite Evo.
One green. 1 green, yes.
Danny under the line with this bowl, might just turn his own bowl in.
1 green. Yes.
If you have joined us on the Facebook streaming, if you do like the page, just click the like button. You'll get all notifications of all our live videos from World Bowls Tour, and we're with you
The shot
on
bowl is 5 inches past jack high.
Facebook and YouTube. Now Danny just needs to reach this green bowl. A little touch on the jack would do. Might have just wiggled its way round. Great opening end from these two players. Might even have the umpire out at the first end.
Favour red, but just covers.
Yes, on paper this was
Take this one.
geared up to be a great game. Two of the most talented players in the game.
Measure for
Naturally talented players. Not frightened to play aggressive bowls, either of these two. For those of you that have seen Danny Denison for the first time and notice he's walking with a stick, he was involved in quite a serious car accident a couple of years back, to the point where it was unsure whether he'd ever bowl again. So to see him out there on the portable rink, he's back to playing exceptionally good bowls.
1 shot, Danny Denison.
Danny's from the Torquay United Club down in Torquay. Nick Brett from Huntingdon and lives in Peterborough, so I'm sure a couple of those people online and watching will be from those clubs. Do let us know where you're from.
Jack length 27.5 metres.
See, we've got people on from Australia, South Africa. I'm sure we've got some watching from Peterborough and Torquay as well. And we did have a West Yorkshire earlier as well, so welcome to everyone. Both of these players were out there practicing last night. We got the opportunity to have a few ends on the carpet ourselves last night, and certainly the lines are reasonable. The pace has slowed down since the start of the tournament.
Definitely one, Danny. It's close for the second.
Yeah, possibly two. Green.
Green,
I think he's
yeah.
just asking which
Shot bowl's front one.
bowl's shot. All he needs to really do is reach to his own red bowls and try and just turn one of them in. All countries listening in. South Wales, Inverness in Scotland. Beautiful part of the country, Inverness. Now, Nick, just slip past your own bowl here. Might find Danny plays something a little bit more aggressive. Danny's got two chances here. He's either going to play something aggressive down there, try and turn one of his bowls in, or he might just opt for the draw. I think he'll go for the aggressive bowl down the forehand.
Timeout called. Danny has 4 timeouts remaining.
Now it's all on the connection, Danny. Oh, he was a bit unfortunate there that he just punched Nick's bowl through, but it's definitely only the one shot at the moment.
green.
But you wouldn't bet your house on Nick Brett, world number 2, not drawing another bowl in here. 2 or 3 metres to draw here for Nick for count of 2. Yeah, just got to make it past those 2 red bowls and
2.
in for 2.
2 shots, Nick Brett.
Set score 1-2 after 2 ends.
Good question has just come in on the streaming about the timeouts and the shot clock with regards to Danny Denison using a stick. No, it's the same for every player. Whatever your ability or disability, you still get a 30-second shot clock and can take 5 60-second timeouts within
Jack
the
length,
main part of the
27.5
game.
metres.
If you go to the tie break, you get an extra timeout. Danny's used to playing under the shot clock, though. He's well versed in how long it takes him to get up and down the rink. And of course, Chris Gale played for Paul Foster the other day with a injury and a stick, and the shot clock didn't affect Chris either. The PBA is an any ability, any age, either sex, and open to all. Hence why we had Alison Merrion MBE playing here earlier in the week. Anybody can qualify. All you have to do is pay your PBA membership, find out where your local area PBA secretary is, and have a go, and you could be out there playing the world number 2 Nick Brett.
1 red.
Of course, Danny Denison won the tour card, one of 2 tour cards that the Co-op Funeralcare sponsor, which entitles him to play in all of the World Bowls Tour ranking events for this season. Which gives him a huge opportunity of trying to get into the top 16. We've lost the world number 15, Jonathan Ross, and the world number 16, Jason Greenslade, this week, so there's chances.
One red.
If you can't stay with us, don't forget all the news and reports are on worldbowlstour.tv, and follow us on Facebook if you can, and also Twitter on WBT_TV. Nick playing a bit of a timing reaching bowl, try and get into his own bowls, will pop Danny's out. It's just under the line. There's not a lot of room for Danny to draw a second bowl in here. And you see the shot clock counting down. He's on 20 seconds, plenty of time to reach the mat, pick the bowl up and deliver it. Most players have got an idea how long it takes them to deliver a bowl. There you go, plenty of time for Danny to get back to the mat and deliver that bowl. Good effort.
One shot, Danny Denison.
Set score 2-2 after 3 ends.
Of course, we have a fantastic venue here in Perth at the Dewars Centre. There's still a few tickets available for some of the early week sessions. I know when we get towards the end of the week, mainly sold out. But if you fancy coming down, just contact the Dewars at Perth. Come on down. Gives you the atmosphere. But if you can't, stick with us. We're with you for every bowl sent. Again, another good opening bowl from Danny. These two will have faced each other many times over the years, both playing the open singles circuit. Danny Denison's got over 35 caps for England. I know he plays for the senior England team now, the well, we'll call it the over 21s, but we really know it's the over 50s. But and Nick's skip for the men's senior team. Both these players are characters, always willing to have a smile and a chat to the public. Well, Nick needs to run. It won't hold that line. It'll just drift under. Danny following this bowl up. Big opportunity to slot another bowl in. And if he does, I don't think you'll see Nick Brett being short to this. Not a big target, but he's got to change something. Needs to bend, it'll just hold off now.
3 red.
Well, Danny having a little bit of a smile to the crowd. There you go, still. For those of you who are worried about his shot clock, he's even had a chat to the crowd and walked back and played his bowl within the 30 seconds. To be honest, it doesn't tend to bother most of the top players now. There has been 1 or 2 bowls very close to the 30 seconds. And Greg was very close to a 30-second bowl. And also Mark Dawes. And Greg Harlow and Mark Dawes have been the 2 closest so far, but nobody's lost a bowl in this tournament to date. There's still a few days to go though, so anything can happen. We had a split jack yesterday, so anything can happen. Now Nick, in the area. Great result, ultimate result. He even apologises for that, because to get all 3 away.
2 shots, Nick Brett.
Sometimes that's when your luck's just going your way.
Set score 2-4.
He was
after
on
4
target, but to get such an ultimate result.
Jack length 27 metres.
Dulcet tones there of our match umpire Dan Blewett. Of course, the marker is the head of the team of officials here at World Bowls Tour, Alan Thornhill. Dan McManus is on shot clock, and the resting umpire for this game is Mike Davis. On to asking about the games for the rest of the day. With a 1 o'clock start, we've got Alex Marshall MBE versus Les Gillett, Darren Burnett versus Robert Paxton, and then the final game on today, David Gourlay versus Mark Royal. We're with you for all those, guys,
1 green.
so keep tuned in.
1 green. Yes.
Now, Danny just wants to reach his red bowl. He's got the opportunity to punch Nick's bowl out of the head. Something in the area, though, gives him a chance as the head builds up. Nick just looking to take the danger away, just inside Danny's bowl. Wow, what an awesome bowl that was, Mr. Brett.
2 green.
I mean, to be fair, viewers, this is the sort of standard we thought we'd see from this game. Danny not hanging about, just under the line. It'll go now. Here we see that bowl again from Nick Brett. Perfectly drawn bowl, touch on the jack, makes life very difficult for Danny. It's amazing how games can change on just a single end, and the little bit of luck that Nicky Brett got at the last end now put him in the driving seat. Concentration, Nicky Brett. He's in the area again. Still not really changed the shot for Danny. Yeah, I think Danny will still be looking down there. His own bowl punches the green bowl out, get in between those two balls, he's got a chance of getting back to the jack. Needs to just hold on. Can he get a bit of luck? Oh well, now that's a bit of a touche from the last end, I feel. Anything you can do, I can do.
2 shots, Danny Denison.
Here we see that bowl again. Gets the short bowl of Nick
Set
Brett.
score 4-4.
Manages to
after
score a
5
2 out of it. Now, the interesting thing here, folks, is I've got a scorecard in front of me, and Danny Denison's been winning in the direction of the ice rink, and Nick Brett's won every end playing in this direction. So interesting that Nick's been winning to Danny's jack, and
Jack
Danny's
length,
been winning
28
to
metres.
Nick's jack. Great opener there from Danny. A little bit of room for Nick. Just overplayed that. Close again from Danny here. It's certainly been blow for blow with these two guys out there. I think Nick might just be on the outside line again. Well,
2.
Nick's got the best back bowl at the moment. Danny's just thinking to himself, he needs to just be behind this jack now. Now, anything that slips through to the back bowl, I think he's going to get wrecked now. There's an opportunity for Nick here.
3 red.
Easy because he's 3 down, but Nick is very much a confidence player. He'll play down the backhand. Several balls to rest off, and also the jack would be very good. In the area, very close here. Oh, it's made a save. I think it's got second shot. Alan Thornhill will tell us.
1 red.
Yeah, just the 1 red now. Danny, I feel, just want to change this head somewhat. Any sort of change. He's on a good line. Yeah, Nick's still got this area here where he can play down into, just a slight adjustment on his last bowl. Oh, he didn't like that. Body language didn't like that. Oh, he didn't like this, folks. He definitely didn't like that bowl. Yeah. I wish all my bowls I didn't like ended up like that. There's 1 or 2 of the top 16 that you question the body language, but not
2
normally
shots,
Nick
Nick
Brett.
Brett.
Again, we see that area
Set
that
score
Nick Brett
4-6 after 6
could
ends.
play down into, and he got the perfect result. So, if my card goes to form, this is the end that Danny Denison wins. It will certainly be interesting after
Jack
the
length,
game to
28
have a word
metres.
with Nick about that bowl, because normally Nick Brett's one of the ones, as soon as it leaves his hand, he knows if it's good or not. He definitely didn't like that. He doesn't like this bowl. This will probably be a back toucher. No, he was right with that one. Just struggled with the line and length playing in this direction as Nick Brett. Nice opener from Danny behind the jack. Three ends to play. In this opening set, we play 2 sets of 9 ends, and if necessary, a 3-end tie break. Better from Nick, but it still didn't make it back to centre, as you could see from the waft of his hand there behind Danny. And that's held off as well. Just made it back to centre behind. Might sit down for shot.
It's close for shot now, Nick.
Plays a lot of bowls as Nick Brett. Represents the club, nationals. And Danny goes round all the circuit bowling, so both players play a lot of bowls. Now Danny, get inside Nick's bowl, draw a shot, little touch on the jack, anything in that area. This looks down a very good track. Again, pressure back on the world number 2.
One red and a measure.
On that wide line again, got to be the perfect weight if you're out there. Coming all the way back to centre now, very close. My favourite holes for bowls, saying. Has it just stopped in time?
One red.
Alan's indicating one red. Here we see Nick Brett's bowl coming into the head. Just slips through the gap. Delivered that on 2 seconds. Several chances down this backhand for Danny. Get to the red bowl. Sit the green bowl out would be even better. He's very close here. Wow, just that extra couple of pounds of weight required.
Yeah, umpire, please.
Yes, umpire Dan Blewett being asked to come out and decide which of these bowls is shot. Crucial, this 7th end of this opening set.
Measure for shot.
So wonderful HD cameras now that are controlled from the streaming studio here. I did say to a couple of the umpires the other day, I think they need to start going for manicures before they come to the tour events. They get so close in the hands.
One shot, Danny Denison.
Moving to the 8th end, and there's only one shot in this game.
Set score 5-6 after 7 ends. Jack length 28 metres.
Just pulling up short. This is the direction that Nick Brett's picked up all his shots in this set. Quite interesting that that often happens in games. Often it can be down to the fact that the person not sending the jack's got the last delivery at the end, so can make a big difference. Key end here for both of them. Whichever the wins this end will go into the last end of the set. Feeling fairly confident. Nobody close yet. Nick watching this bowl intently. Lot better bowl. Still finished under, so there's still a chance for Danny to play down the forehand, just rest that bowl. As soon as he's heard off Alan Thornhill that bowl is behind the jack, he knows that there's still the possibility to draw off that bowl. Very close. All on pace.
One red.
Certainly blow for blow this game. The rest of today's play is going to be up to this standard. We're in for a thriller. Can he get a bit of fortune off his own bowl?
One red.
Well, Danny's been down to see the head here. It's quite important that he gets another bowl in. Nick's holding 3 seconds at the moment. Just wants to just slip behind the jack, but ideally be in the count. Oh, Danny, you couldn't have walked up there and put that better.
Two red.
In the area, change something. That's what Nick Brett's looking for. Slight alter to his last delivery. Going to go a bit quicker. Will start to go now. There's nearly an element of luck involved again, but I think this time
2 shots, Danny Denison.
Danny's scored 2 shots.
Set score 7-6 after 8 ends.
So we move into the final end of this opening set. It's the first time Danny's won the end playing in that direction. He's dominated in this direction, so I feel that Danny's in the driving seat, but there's only one shot in it. Don't get many tied sets at
Jack
this
length
level.
27 metres.
But of course that is possible. If Nick Brett scores one shot, the set would be tied. And to be fair, the quality of both of these players this morning, that would probably not be a bad outcome. Once again, thank everybody for tuning in this morning and joining us here in a slightly chilly Perth in Scotland. Still not a really close bowl yet. Got India and Istanbul listening in, and like I say, thank you so much for joining us. Some great games on for you today. If you can't stay with us, don't forget you'll pick up all the results on worldbowlstour.tv, and of course we've got the BBC Scotland join us for coverage as well. We've got a great lineup and some great coverage for you. Every bowl played is streamed now, so that you get the opportunity wherever you are in the world to watch these top players take to the blue portable rink and perform.
One green.
Well, there's still quite a bit of room, but Nick Brett does actually hold shot at the moment. Just a little bit of a disturbance there for Nick at a crucial time. Oh, he didn't like that. Oh, I think that disturbance didn't help our world number 2 there. I'm sure we'll hear about that after the game. Unfortunately, it's set up a target
2 green.
for Danny. It's the closest bowl, but Nick's just left the rink. I think possibly the person that caused the disturbance might be being had a quiet word with by our world number 2. If not, probably we'll be having a word with our CEO, I would think, at some point in time. Well, Nick, you've got away with it. Just deciding to take the 2 shots there, the disturbances at the top end. Just let them settle down now, Nick. And I would like to thank you all for your company this morning. It's been a great pleasure. I'll now hand over to BBC commentary and join me again tomorrow morning. Stick with us for the rest of the day, though, with the BBC commentary.
Track length 27 metres.
The opening ball of the second set. Danny Denison will be feeling let the first set get away when we come from behind to lead. So Nick Brett with a double to take the first set. It's fairly steady throughout that first set, Danny Denison, so he just has to put the disappointment of losing behind him. Can just hold out a little bit off that forehand. Maybe enough to lie second shot. Sort of good line. He's not going to run it out as he'd hoped.
2 red.
Well, a chance for Danny Denison to get off to a flyer at the start of this second set. Looking to draw in again. That's well played. Just the draw shot required. Add on a couple of more ounces of weight from his last one. He's watching it. Round it comes.
One shot, Nick Brett.
Calmly drawn. Well, there was 3 against him. Trusted the draw shot, which was a higher percentage shot to play. The former winner here in Scotland, twice in fact. Nick Brett became the first player to successfully defend the Scottish International Open.
Jack length 26.5 metres.
Danny Denison, with the aid of the walking cane, and been involved in a very serious car accident, breaking both legs, tibia and fibula. And he's done remarkably well to get back to fitness to be able to bowl.
One red. This one's 18 inches short of jack high.
Well, it looked an easier shot off the backhand, but he's happy to continue to seek with the forehand. Just draws himself up short, a couple of feet. He's improved the weight, and that's perfect.
One green. Gap on the shot bowl, 2.5 inches.
Well, he's not hanging around. He's going to try and pick it out. Plenty to thump. Just shaves past. That was a fairly wide target. Normally very accurate with those types of shots. Well, there's the cover bowl from Nick Brett. His back ball covers the respots either side. Back to the draw. Was a risk with a heavy shot to concede more. He's unlucky. Just a tad offline.
Nick. One shot, Nick Brett.
Set score 0-2 after 2 ends.
So a steady opening from Nick Brett. A couple of singles, but we'll be happy he's dropping his first couple a little bit shorter than he would like. Certainly that last end, you can argue the key ball was Danny Denison dropping short with his second. That allowed Nick Brett another go, and he drew it beautifully. Good opening ball from both players, coming down opposite sides of the rink.
It's touching.
Front toucher. Can't see the jack at all. Looked a little bit under the line. Well played again. Just not leaving much of a target.
2 green.
Good bowling from Nick Brett. Starting to get into a rhythm. Here comes the weighted ball. Do they have enough weight to hold the line? Starting to dip. Well, I'm saying is it doesn't matter how much you miss by if you miss. And that was a razor margin. Any touch on that, the jack could have come back onto the back green ball and perhaps spun out to the side where the red ball lies. This will be all about protection in the event of the jack moving. Respot. You can see just where the ball is coming to. So if the jack gets knocked off the rink, it's exactly where it's likely to go. So he's covered the respot well. There's not really much that he can do here. He's going to try to come in firm, but that's way under.
Two shots, Nick Brett.
Set score 0-4 after 3 ends.
All 3 ends of this second set won by Nick Brett. It's the set that Danny Denison has to win to take this match to a tie-break.
Jack length 28.5 metres.
Well, Alison Merriam was defeated in round 1. They've gone off to a very quick start in that match. "55-year-old Danny Denison, 13-6, 12-0 winner against Jason Greenslade, the Welshman. Played very well in the game, Danny. That's a missed opportunity. Needs to put the pressure on. Certainly a wider line from Nick Brett.
1 green.
Well, this is
Green.
pretty loose stuff from these two players, and they'll know that. To apply the brakes.
1 green.
Well, another player finding that weight at this particular length. It does get a bit frustrated. Looks so easy when your opponent hasn't put one within a foot and a half. Line 1 wants to come round to near the 2 red balls, just in case there's a trail. Well, that is not a picture postcard that Nick Brett will want to see again. He may be line 1, but it's a very tenuous one. And then again, Danny Denison has to improve on his first 3 as well. Looks a better line. It is better weight too. Shot drawn.
One shot, Danny Denison.
Set score 1-4 after 4 ends.
Both players just having a little laugh. That was not their best end. And from Nick Brett's perspective, to have played 4 relatively loose balls and only to lose a single, he'll be happy. Danny Denison on the card.
Jack length 26 metres.
Well, he's shown great fortitude and spirit to come back after the leg injuries and to bowl at this level. England international player Danny Denison on the tour card at the European Masters, Blackpool in May. Gives a chance to play in 3 WBT singles events.
Close for shot now, Danny.
Certainly looking on in the commentary box. It looks more like a red bowl-lying shot by Alan Thornhill, right there. You want to look over the head. Right, they come round it, a little movement on his own, but he has to be there. He's dropped well short. Yeah, it's going to be a measure. Again, either come round it or positive touch on his own. Just wants to fall.
Favour one red. Yours.
Oh, Danny Denison goes to the mat and has to take a
Timeout
time
called.
out. But he is convinced he's lying. Certainly looks like it. There's not much in it. It's coming round. And that's the number one shot.
One red and a measure.
Beautifully played, got the weight right.
No, I think it's 2. Yeah.
Just used Nick Brett's ball
Yeah.
to break upon. Ideally a little touch in his own green one. That's what he's looking for. That's what he's got. Deliberate shot. Beautifully played.
One shot, Nick Brett.
Set
And
score
the difference
1-5
between
after
5-1 and 4-3, which is what he was looking at. Excellent ball. Had the option to draw or just to play on his own.
Jack length 25.5 metres.
Well, both players struggled going away from the commentary box the last time. It's a Jack high opening. Sort of good opening ball from Danny Denison. Brett looks a little heavy, but come behind will do no harm. Yeah, didn't like it, turned away on it. Under the line. Shake of the head. Oh. Start and stop. Such a quick player off the mat, Nick Brett. Gave that a chance, perhaps just a little bit more weight than he intended.
1 red.
He's got a couple of second shots, but he's just decided he'll stick with the draw. After a good opening ball, it looks frustrated at the following 3. Like to add this one on, go on to the forehand to do so. Needs to start picking up the shots, doesn't want to miss this one. He's giving it a chance. Doesn't want to take it too far. He's well played.
2 shots, Danny Denison.
Beautiful ball.
Set score 3-5 after 6-8.
And didn't take it too far to bring in the back green ball. Well, both players struggling a little bit, moving away from the commentary box. And Danny Denison has given himself a chance, 3 ends to play.
Track length 26.5 metres.
So Danny Denison going for a slightly longer jack length. JB Chesney, obviously a wee late night last night. Robert Paxton alongside him, who would have been sensibly tucked up in bed. There's the adjustments. Back toucher.
2 green.
Let's give him this some thought whether he should change his hand. He's going to stay. Oh, he's on a great line too.
1 green.
The 4-time outdoor champion of champion in England. Back to back a couple of times. With such a good pedigree. Staying with the draw. Same ball as his third. Frustration there, so 1 green. There's a little bit of space to draw in a second. were to have a 4-shot lead with 2 ends to play, it's going to be a hard man to beat. It's on a good line. In he comes. Certainly very close. They'll take the short ball out.
I favour 2.
Oh, Danny
2
Denison
shots,
thought
Nick
it was
Brett.
2. Just a quick word with Alan Thornhill, the marker. Asked him his opinion.
Set
He
score
favoured
3-7
2
after
also.
7 ends.
So Danny Denison has to score at this end. Four up, 2 to play. Danny Denison has to win the set to force the tie-break.
Jack length 27.5 metres.
Nick Brett's won 5 of the 7 ends so far in the second set. Just doing enough. And that's his best opening ball in a while. Pretty useful when you're looking to close out a match. Well, Nick Brett will be bowling using the red ball. That's where he wants to be. Well, he's wondering, does he go early? Controlled weight shot. Well, again, just slightly offline, not missing by much when his ball's off the rink. There'll be no mistake with this one. This one will come round the back. Gone once, he really has to go again. Better this time. Well, the red ball is off the rink.
On green.
The green ball's a touch and it stayed on. Go back to drawing weight. Ideally on the jack, and to move it to bring his other red ball into play. He's going to have to stop. Round he comes. That may not be enough. Nick Brett having a look. He'll fancy the green ball.
One shot,
Handshake
second set
is
of the match,
given.
Nick Brett.
Now Nick Brett picks up the single to put the match beyond any doubt. And Nick Brett finds himself in the quarter-final of the Scottish International Open. 8-7, 8-3. Nick Brett defeats Danny Denison.